Don't mind me. Just on my way towards the Western Quadrant. Because the Town of Chaos has 2 stages for us to do. Or 2 treasures to get, I mean. There are 2 stages where we need to get 2 treasures. Hello everyone, Treecks here. And welcome to Wario Land 3 Part 14. West 4, a Town of Chaos, after the previous episode, now has 2 treasures for us to get. In fact, the final 2. We already have 2 of them in here. Both of the chests that are still remaining here are now accessible. And I don't really see a reason why we wouldn't do them both right after each other, so we can immediately get that out of the way. I'm not too sure if I also want to do it for the Castle of Illusions. That stage is a bit more... not my kind of thing, if you know what I mean. I will try to do at least one of them today. That I will try to promise. But first, a Town in Chaos. A double feature. Getting both the green and blue treasure chests after each other. The green treasure chest is actually, safe to say, pretty annoying to get to at first. There's a pretty tricky thing you need to do with these polar bears. And avoiding them is already tricky. But we actually need to do something a bit more complicated than avoiding them, I'm afraid. Remember how we now have the ability to grab enemies, like this. Large enemies, with that I mean. Normal enemies we were of course already able to grab, but now we can also grab the large ones. And that is indeed going to be required in order to get this section over here. Need to get this polar bear over here, because this section actually does not have one on its own. We need to bring it from here. Make sure he stays here. Remember how enemies actually despawn the moment you go off screen for too long? And that's something we don't want to happen here, because we need this guy. Because he needs to freeze us in order to get rid of a toad here. When I was younger, this actually had me stumbled for the longest time, I must admit. But this is indeed how you need to do it. And with that we can actually make our way towards the area for the green chest. However, we do need to work with some switches, it looks like. Oh yeah, we need you. Nice hit, I must hand you that. But I need you for breaking these blocks. Come on, don't get stuck in me. Because I still need you on the other side as well. And this way we can actually get you here. Throw you up. Because you've guessed it, there's some more enemy blocks over here. Bam. Switch. And let's make our way down, because the rest of the previous room is now accessible. It's that simple. Right, die sir. You I don't need for enemy blocks. The key over there is actually tempting, but of course inaccessible. For that we need to lower the blocks again, as you can clearly see. We need to find ourselves another room with another switch. Here we have these floating heads again. At the top of this room obviously is going to be another switch. Also a music coin if I remember correctly. And that of course we're not after quite yet. You I want. Let's smash you back to the floor. Obviously it does not work like that. Now, what actually changed in this room? These blocks are down, just like these ones. Gives us access to this door. Also gives us a view of the chest, but that is not accessible yet. Not able to get over it so far. First after the key, of course. Get rid of the crumble blocks here. Get rid of the caterpillars. And then it's time to do another fire puzzle. This one being ridiculously easy compared to what we've done earlier. Just some simple bouncing around at the top. To keep us at the top. Until we can actually go through. Bam! Die! Now the part towards the key is a bit more accessible. We do need to do a couple more steps. As you can see, there's some donut blocks over here. So Heavy Wario also needs to do his thing. Be careful for the vampire bat here. And that we actually don't want quite yet. That is going to be a thing the moment we actually go towards the chest. First we need to get rid of these blocks. All of them, that I mean. Yeah, this should actually be enough. I can actually squeeze through the blocks the moment the rest is actually lowered again. So, I need to correct myself. You don't need to break all of them, as long as one layer is actually gone. And then you can always still crouch jump in there. Find another switch. I'm pretty sure this one is the only one that's accessible right now. Shut it off again. And then, like I said, you can actually squeeze jump your way through here. And into the green key. And that way you have the first step of clearing the stage out of the way. Now we also need to make sure we are able to get back to the top again. It does not look like we can actually do that like this, so... I'm afraid we need to do the entire room over again, by the looks of it. Although not entirely, because we don't have to work with these blocks again. That is still taken care of. So at least that will go by a bit quicker. As long as we're able to reach the beds, then we're golden. Because we need to be Bed Wario in order to fly high enough, in order to reach the ledge where the chest is going to be. That is going to be a ledge that's too high to jump, and therefore flying is going to be required. Flying even these things cannot do. That is merely floating. And not on top of our heads. What they should be doing. I still want to wear these guys. But anyway, no, that's taken care of. We should actually need only one more step. Yeah, because this jump is still too high for us. This is going to be the final one. Just like with the first room, we don't need to do the puzzle over again. Just need to be careful for caterpillars that might hinder you. Or this flame dude. Now, it's time for the Wario to be the Dracula again. Dracula Wario. And nice job getting hit by that one drop that actually fell down. Yeah, I'm really pro at this game. Of course, there's more. That final one you do want to get hit by, of course. And we are here. Blim. Treasure. The Golden Eye, number 2. Already played Golden Eye on this channel, didn't I? Need to play it again at some point, I know. There's actually a second version of the game, but still. This one is not going to be too surprising. We did already see where the door was. The golden snake door. In the same level where the silver snake door also was. Tower of Revival. And this will unlock the blue chest for that. Well, time to keep my promise. Like I said the first time, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with the Castle of Illusions quite yet, but I will at least try to do a Town in Chaos immediately, both of them. And therefore, after collecting the green chest, we can also actually get the blue chest. That one... Oh yeah, the fan blades. Needed a little bit of a memory support for that one, if I need to be honest. With the fan blades, there's indeed going to be a room where we need some Wind Wario. I'm pretty sure it's also going to be the first time we're going to see that special ability. We have not seen Wind Wario yet. His way to actually float upward. More flying, therefore, but not in the way Bed Wario does. It's also easy to actually find where we need to go. It's the only place we have not been to yet in the stage. Remember the red key? Remember how there was also a ladder going down from there, where we never went? And that is indeed going to be the blue key. Oh, hello. Musical coin, hello. Didn't actually remember that one. But I'll make sure to keep it on my notes, so I have less research to do whenever this stage is up for the musical coins. But anyway, where were we? In this room. Blue key and blue chest. Both of them are going to be found in this room. Blue key's up there, by the way. It's just going to be a puzzle how to get there. Here we see the fans. They're not active quite yet, but that can actually be resolved by going into the chest room. That one is going to be here, but that's not going to be the only thing that's there. Also a switch. So, keep this just in mind. Put the switch on. And Wario can start flying. This time in a different way. Enter an air current and Wario will automatically be pushed upwards. We can still move left or right. And that's the only thing we can do. Our goal is to make sure an enemy actually gets present here. So we can take care of the blocks. And of course, that's not going to be very easy. This guy, for instance. Get him up here. And then get ourselves up there. And get him even higher. Make sure to take the right platform, because if you do to the left, he will probably despawn. So he might still... No, he might have actually despawned, but he didn't. Apparently he's still on screen enough. And I pushed him all the way down again. Go me. Yeah, I never claimed this was going to be easy. This is honestly a pretty difficult challenge. This platform is not very big, and therefore the chances of you getting hit are pretty big if you're not fast enough. Then get him over here. And now for the next tricky part, we need to throw him full strength, otherwise we're not going to throw him far enough. And hopefully, yeah, he's not going to fall down and land on this platform or the one above it. And then we are golden. Not golden, but blue. It's a blue key. And that is going to be the first puzzle. The second puzzle is even trickier because we need to find the blue chest, and that is really hard to find. I've been looking for hours for this one. What are we going to receive? It is going to be a piece of fruit by the looks of it. However, this is of course not going to be ordinary fruit. Unlike some other optional treasures, this one is of course not optional. This is going to be used for something. Ooh, it seems magical because it is all sparkly. This actually functions as octopus food. And apparently whenever octopuses eat something, they are going to grow bigger. Remember, we actually saw a couple of octopus in the tidal coast. And in that other water stage beneath the waves. In both of those stages the octopuses are going to be bigger now. And therefore giving us access to a new room. Somehow. We will find that out later. My next goal is going to be in the eastern quadrant actually. Castle Evolutions. Still not really sure if I'd like to do both of the treasures that are accessible here right now. But I will try to go for the first one at least. This one is really annoying to do in all honesty. This is another one that when I was younger actually took me forever to figure out. Not that it's per se very difficult, but it actually does require a lot of steps. Making it a bit complicated in the long run. The start is actually already pretty annoying. We need to start off like we did with the great chest. Going into these rooms, activating switches in order to activate the platforms. So we can move on towards the top area. Remember, this room is actually where the red chest is, so this is where we're going to return later. With the red key, that's going to be a bit more difficult. Because what we need to do here is something we cannot directly see on screen. And therefore it's not per se something you immediately think of. On this platform, we can actually jump off and reach a higher ledge that is down here. Because of it not being visible, this actually took me a while before I was able to find out this was here. You can see it from below, of course, but yeah, if you're running up top, then this actually does not actually immediately come into mind. But that is indeed how you go into this room. Now, the red key is going to be the next complicated thing. It is going to be hiding behind one of these pillars on the foreground. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be one of the first ones, but eventually one of these pillars will actually, yeah, have a key. We did not actually see it, but if you pause the game, look at your inventory, you will see it was indeed the red key that we picked up. The only key in this game that is not visible on screen. And therefore a bit tricky to get. Allow me to point you out before returning. As you can see, this corridor actually moves on even further. So later on we're also going to be going here. But for now that's only going to be for a different colored key that we're not interested in. Ouch. Go away. Taking the lower path is a bit quicker, I think. So if we're going this way, that does not matter. Bam! I hope I hurt the polar bear that was actually up there. That was indeed my intention. Luckily, this is the last switch we have to pull here. And now we can actually get ourselves towards the chest, which is right over here. Bring along the enemy, because there's also going to be enemy blocks in the higher area where the chest is going to be. Yeah, there's crumble blocks up there, so first we need to take care of those. You cannot throw the enemy through it. Bam! Thank you for lying down for me. Easy to pick up. And now throw him through. And then throw ourselves through. Whoa, what the hell? Not fair. The next chest for today. The second to last one, I think, looking at my time. And that is going to be a flare. Or a stick that is on fire. Whatever you'd like to call it. A torch is also a good way to describe it. I'm not too sure what the exact description is for it, but it is something to light fire. Wario has a torch. Or a flare. Or a stick on fire. Something will unlock on the right of the eastern quadrant. And it is called E7, Forest of Fear. And with the unlocking of that stage, it also seems we have unlocked the full rotation of the overworld map. We can finally move from the eastern quadrant to the northern quadrant, making a full circle. Let's return to the west quadrant. I'll take a look at E7 later. It is a stage that's actually heavily connected to another stage, and therefore I'd like to save up my coverage for those stages for a moment. I will continue in the Tower of Revival and try to get myself towards the golden snake door. Need to do this annoying part again. I could actually talk about the Forest of Fear and how it's actually connected to another stage. I did actually say that now, but might as well actually give away which one it is. It's another stage we have not even unlocked yet. It's going to be unlocked by the Forest of Fear. That 7th stage is going to be the 5th stage in each quadrant. Which is interesting. You unlock stage number 5 by first going to stage number 7. But most of the treasures that you actually find in those two stages will actually point towards each other. And therefore it might actually be a fun idea to give that section, the E7 and E5 section, all those stages, its separate coverage. Something I'm not really ready for. But we are ready to actually climb this tower for the last time. The blue chest is opened by the unlocking of the golden snake door. We know where it is. Let's quickly make our way there. Even found something to talk about in the meantime. Let's see. Here you are. Looks more like a bronze door in the stage itself, actually. The treasure, and during the cutscene, those were actually golden, but not in the stage itself. Oh, it looks like we're going to be hindered while climbing. Something's trying to smash us down from the ladder. Remember, that always happens the moment something smashes and you're climbing. So, time this correctly. Start going the moment he actually releases his thing. Yeah, and they're off screen. Oh, but the new one appears above us. Very rude, sir. Hold left. And jump into the alcove where the key is. Now we need to climb up again. Can't help it. We need to do it again. Make sure always go into these little niches. Otherwise you're not able to do it. It's impossible to climb this thing in one go. Believe me, I have tried. Oh, let's give that another shot. Don't climb too far, because otherwise the guy above us is going to spawn. Making it pretty much impossible to climb even further. Next section. This one is actually an interesting puzzle. Kinda already see what's going on here, with gaps in the blocks over there. Climb in time. That has not changed. Same deal for the second one. And then we go left, towards the height of this little thing. And now we want to get hit. Because there's gaps in those blocks, and therefore we can only cross it if we are 2 blocks wide ourselves. And immediately after that, one of these gyrocopters will make us normal again. Now, we've reached the chest room. Finally getting rid of the Tower of Revival. Pretty obvious what you need to do. Find a caterpillar somewhere, while making sure we don't get hindered by these polar bears. Caterpillar is of course going to be all the way at the top. Why would the game be nice to us for a change? That would be a bit too easy. Make sure to get rid of all of the blocks. I'm pretty sure it's impossible to... Oh yeah, we also need one of these polar bears. That's not going to be a problem. But like I was trying to say, I think it's impossible to get hit by the caterpillar up top and roll all the way down and still reach the block. I can remember that actually not working. You'll actually exit yarn before you're all the way down. But I might as well try actually. Just to be sure. Yeah, indeed. As you can see over here. It is tempting to get hit all the way at the top, but that actually does not work. You won't get far enough. So, bring this guy down. And here we want to get hit. There's no thing that can actually hinder us. No other room we can accidentally roll into. This is just a safe way to do it. Alright, 20 minutes, 30 seconds. And we're getting a treasure. And this is going to be the final one for today. I'm pretty sure this is going to unlock something. Isn't that the whole idea of a key? We've been unlocking so many things in this game already. And it is up until now that the game actually thinks, hey, perhaps a key should be a treasure. The master of unlocking things. What will it unlock? Another new stage, of course. We unlock a door at the top of the Tower of Revival. And through the door we can actually enter the clouds. Awesome, we have 2 new stages. Where even the great treasure chest is going to be our prey. Part 15. And there's even stages where we need to get started. And like I just said about the Forest of Fear, there's even a stage we haven't even unlocked yet. Because that's one you need to unlock in the Forest of Fear. Perhaps we'll take a look at both of them. Above the clouds and the Forest of Fear. I'm not too sure. Like always, I still need to make my order for the next time. I'll take a look at my list. What I still have to do. What can still be unlocked. And then I will make my decision. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one. Treecks out.